Kevin, put your pussy on, quick!
No!
How's it going, people? Jack here with another video. So today I'll be reacting to one more of the audiologs by Alpha Booza on the Hunt to the Parenting. This one involves Kevin, the wizard from the gaggle of vampires that we had to deal with. He was lastly seen in episode 1 and seemingly since has been under the supervision of Big D. And well, here he's going to be probing him, I guess, for information and hopefully nothing else. Well, turns out that from the third episode, which I unfortunately, the last audiolog, there was the unfortunate destruction of a blender just for the sole purpose of manufacturing sulfuric acid, which could have been bought. So, and vampires don't eat food. Hopefully, the goal of said acid is going to be less terrifying, but that's in Big D's nature. We'll find out what he wants with that. Also, as I am reacting to this, I know that it sometimes ires people when the screen is not straight up looked at, which is also kind of weird because I have two monitors, so it's like weird where I look. But as I am currently working on some stuff for the channel that are other than just reactions, namely, I'll just show you here. Amazing animation of Fulgrim that I'm trying to make. Well, if it's waiting to focus right here. You'll find later on in either the end of the month or in the beginning of next month, depending on how quickly I get this done. But yeah, I am working on some stuff, and therefore, since it is an audiolog, I feel that the nature of the video pretty much can allow me to also look at something else. But if that is you, I am sorry. But nevertheless, let us jump into the video.
My God, these catacombs are so deep and dark. Oh well, if it isn't the great and mighty Kevin.
You dare say my name with hints of ridicule in your foul gorillan voice?
Don't dare call this voice gorillan! I am orangutan fan number 1!
Liquid simian, absurd well-ape, come here so I may take a sip.
Not a fan of orangutans. I don't like the floppy face.
Hit you with my pants!
Stop, scum!
Gorilla. You know nothing of the noble forest people.
If only God would forgive me.
All right, you're forgiven. Hey, I've got something for you.
No further omelette.
He's been.
Stew at the sight of it.
Oh, not a chance.
That's what he did to it.
You don't get the omelet unless you're feeling uncooperative.
Peckish.
Fool! I will never cooperate.
Then omelet it is!
Oh, anything but that. I'll do anything.
Will you cooperate?
Fool! I will never cooperate.
Oh, this dilemma smothers my brain. You know, this omelet is especially potent. My son-in-law had his blender melt concocting it. He had to run out to the 99p store to get a new one.
Why would
Wait,
you look for a
£1
blender
land?
at the 99p store?
Maybe because we wanted to buy it for 99p, Kevin.
What next? Will you go looking for the 99p plasma television?
What? They have plasma television?
Fuck!
As if gas stoves weren't enough. The monsters!
Oh yeah, I have to remember the time and
Wheelbarrow.
place we are in.
I'm so tired.
Early
I will
2000s.
use my powerful magics to have you open this shitty cell door and remove this funny ball and chain.
Oh, too bad.
Aw.
Don't worry, there is a solution. I drink you.
No!
Let me drink you.
No dice.
Let me break free so I can go home and feed my cat.
You
There's a cat.
have a cat?
Oh no, I told the ape and Mr. Smurfles.
Oh.
Aren't you in the Sabbat? The humanity-rejecting, psychopathic, mass murderer supremacist organization?
Makes a mockery.
Yes.
Smurfles, just as that dastard Piotr.
No, not at all. If anything, that makes you seem much more reasonable than...
I am not reasonable. I am an evil wizard.
An evil wizard one could have a hearty conversation with.
Well, that's
I am eccentric and thus most do is eccentric shit.
And mighty Kevin, yes. Blah, 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 blah.
That was kind of genius there with the drum.
Listen here, you wacky weirdo. I've done the best I can to avoid torture or final death in your interrogation. But you are nuts. Tough nuts that are hard to crack. Thus, I can only maintain this kindness for so long before I...
Give up.
No, far worse.
Give down.
Close.
No weapon fashioned against me may prosper, not even omelet. I am an evil vampire wizard, and I fear no god, baby!
There are no god babies here, wizard. Only
God, man.
men.
What are
God.
you doing? What are you doing?
The God Emperor.
No! No! My wallet!
Let's see.
No, don't take my driver's license!
Kevin Wetsworth?
Yeah. Like a demon, do not mention his real name.
Years old.
My day job was stressful, and also I have psoriasis. What do you want?
Your day job? Oh my god, what was it?
Was he working?
Oh, no, I won't tell you.
Oh, that's not even a Sabbat secret.
How do you even know what the Sabbat is?
I have been deliriously obliterating fools like you since the 90s.
Don't tell me he was working retail
1990s?
or an office job.
Old?
Okay, I'm tired of screaming now. You can kill me, dude.
That eager to die.
Quite frankly, life in life has been nothing but a headache. So I'm hoping my next oscillation will be a bit less shit.
Oh.
Have no fear, great Kevin. I'm sure you will be quite handsome and successful in your next life.
Success is for tools and luck is for losers.
I guess I'm just a massive tool then.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Oh, they're gonna like each other.
Now you know my horrible secret. My hated last name, my embarrassing age, my failure to obtain the 10th bagel on my Bagel World preferred customer punch card.
What's your day job at Bagel World?
Hey, foul cretin! I was once a mighty and powerful accountant who enjoyed poppy seed bagels with cream cheese and lox.
Oh,
No capers.
you're an accountant.
What is he complaining about
It
then?
was my muse. I stare at the monitor, the spreadsheets on my screen, and my eyeballs know calm like never else.
Exactly, like I would imagine an accounting job has got to be one of the best things you can have. They literally hate people, accountants, because they're holding you accountable, give it a name, for all the mistakes that you do in your papers. So he already had mighty powers before turning into the vampiric ways.
A real magic man, huh? That's great. You have any ties to that life still?
Well, it's kind of funny, I'm like this powerful wizard of Cain, our king.
You own a cat named Smurple.
Smurples is evil too. He once peed on my rug, and I threw it in the washer, and then I took it out of the washer, and I
peed
tried
on it again.
and then I put it back down, and he peed on it again. Very evil little boy.
Bastard.
Well,
Anyways,
my cat is demonic as well.
good, and I have power coursing deep within, and I know it's the truth, but
No worries. None
Come
of the
on.
others can hear you here. You can spill it, like you did my blood.
yes, I did do that. Yes.
All right, go on.
There are many embarrassing factoids about my relationship to bad human Kevin. I still own my apartment for my human life. Kevin is still on the papers. I still tend to be alive now and again, which, that was a huge problem before I joined the Sabbat.
And I'm sure it's even worse now.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's not like I can go telling my packmates that I own a flat in Great Yarmouth, right? They need me. But I do sometimes just kind of sneak out and make sure the neighbors don't report me as missing or anything.
Ooh, that's radical. Fight the power, man.
I mean, yeah.
Wait, is he upholding the...
Important coil, but that apartment is quite nice. Got built-in AC.
That sounds like he's upholding the Camarilla. the masquerade does following what the Camarilla did. Wait, isn't the whole kick with the Sabbat that they don't care about that? Well, at least that's the explanation that I got through Nines Rodriguez and Jack in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Like, okay, he's a cool guy.
I had just saved up enough to buy it when I was embraced, but now I have some kind of higher purpose, of course, but that part still kind of stings.
I totally get it.
I'm actually thinking about how to manage it now, since I still do have to pay for quite a few certain things pertaining to the apartment, but like I can earn a lot of money going out on crusade like this, right?
Right, yes.
But actually, even when I was with the Camarilla, I didn't quite earn enough to make do on some things, and they want you to blend in. And while I have an out now, I still don't really want to have any defaults on my credit, you know?
Oh yeah, that shit's scary. It'll kill you.
Yeah, repo men. I can only kill so many.
Exactly my problem. We have a similar issue, honestly.
Do you?
No, the property my family lives on is owned by my son-in-law. But we don't, technically live there, if you know what I mean.
I thought you were about to say that the property your family lives on is haunted. Like all of England.
Yes, that's why we came there. Although it's not haunted anymore.
I figured you lived in that bus, honestly.
Oh, yes. We've lived in the Golden Goose a lot. It's our second home. I've driven it across the world, and most of my family has lived in it at one time or another.
Stupid.
I wish I was a bus.
I would have it. But yeah, the issue with the house is that my son-in-law owns it, and honestly, he is the only one that can really pay for it. But, well, he lost his job fairly recently.
That's rough.
It is. Fortunately, he does own the house. He inherited it after this horrible tragedy. I won't get into it. But just as you said, there's a lot of other things that have to be paid for. And with money getting tighter and tighter, I don't know. I sometimes fear it will all just slip out beneath our fingertips.
That's terrible.
Imagine them with the current inflation.
What? Oh, no. We're hunters.
Well, it is pretty lucrative.
I mean, I can't pay many bills.
A lot of bounties.
Come before your home and well-being.
Of course, fool! Once one learns the horrors that lie immediately beneath the surface of society, you cannot return to normalcy! It is not possible. This is why I have taught my children from birth that the overwhelming darkness that lingers around us is a part of our natural world. Just like, say, a horrible disease. What we do is we cure this disease, and that always takes precedence.
The blessings of mighty Cain are not a disease. It is a fun present, wrapped up in funny paper that looks like bees.
As fun as haggis and oven-made Brussels sprouts and Africanized killer bees.
Haggis. Was tried it in Scotland. Good. Surprisingly good, despite the nature of how it's made. It is good.
Foods, you fucking child. Organ meats and tiny
Oh,
cabbages.
would you like to eat some right now? I can go snatch some from the co-op if you're so fucking
I
inclined.
want to suck up your liquids and then piss them out over the deflated balloon that will be your remains.
That is so funny, oh my god. Fuck! Where do you get all of this?
I am an accountant. Do you know how much I hate mankind?
I love that. So,
Yeah, there it is.
Well, I'm looking into renting it out to some ghouls, actually. That would probably solve most of my issues.
oh, so you're an up-and-coming landlord?
Lord is out.
Housing should not be a commodity! In fact, we should remove houses. Castles only, with moats and murder holes and Greek fire crocodiles.
Oh, sheesh.
And you are a leech in every sense of the
You
word.
are as shoveled out the head as the fucking anarch.
You use a lot of secret vampire words without qualm or worry. I respect that.
They have tried but failed to slay me for years. A blood hunt of my blood should always come up dry.
Ironic you should say that, given your
Current position.
I'm still standing. Great and mighty Kevin keeps on kicking. And say this little sippity-whippity action unlock this door with your nose bone?
You are ignorant of all cartilage. So, you say you were in the Camarilla, correct?
I'm still very surprised by the fact that he's 27. That is, he really did let himself go, huh? Despite the stressfulness of his job, that's an ugly mug.
Oh, how I loathe it. That elitist sect has controlled the canine for far too long. Their worship of the elderly and all their primitive traditions makes my bones ache.
Oh?
Are you familiar with the masquerade?
Yeah.
Of course he
You know
is.
why I reject it. You know why I reject the Camarilla and its highfalutin rich boy play act? That I must gingerly play the role of an innocent human at their behest when I have become so much more is despicable.
Well, I hate the machinations of the proverbial man as much as the next very cool guy, but I feel you may have gone a bit far with the whole join the evil monster sect that is the Sabbat thing.
No, not far enough. I am one of the few smart and powerful enough to fuck off from the Camarilla pyramid scheme into a new pyramid scheme I can actually win at.
Which is quite an accomplishment, given what I know of your other pyramid scheme.
You
Oh?
speak of the Tremere Pyramid?
We need to stop saying pyramid, it's getting down well geezing in here.
Unavoidable.
Funny.
Also, your knowledge of the clan Tremere betrays your true might. Must be embarrassing how you almost got owned by us in the tunnels.
Rather than talk about how dumb you think I am, I'd rather talk about how cool you think you are.
Acceptable.
Now then, I understand the House of Tremere exerts intense control over its membership.
You understand correctly. All of Clan Tremere are forced to become bound to the hateful pyramid on pain of death. They are each bound to the will of the greater clan. More specifically, its rulers in Vienna. Not the sausage. It is
The
slavery.
Place.
You're a slave to your sire. Your sire a slave to theirs, and their sire and slave respectively all the way to the heads of the clan.
Yeah,
That
but
is the dastardly
that's
pyramid.
many years.
Impressive for you to break free from such an edifice.
Impressive indeed. For oh, the process was agonizing. Imagine for a moment, if you will, a stranger in your mind. Something deep within your cognition that floods
It keeps
your thoughts
calling.
with their own. Where there should be anger, there is love. Where there should be hatred, there is obedience. You think, these thoughts are wrong, foreign. But even that feels grossly repellent. You chastise yourself for daring to feel this way. You feel despicable, ugly, and the warmth comes only from submission. And there you are, adrift in all of this, misled by your own cognition, made to feel grotesque from the mere suggestion of independent thought. That is the blood bond. That is the pyramid.
Amongst the anarchs in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline, there's this black guy whose name that I cannot remember at the last round, who stated that he only truly knew slavery until he became a vampire. That's the striking one there. It kind of put the whole subjugation thing of the Blood Pact in perspective.
Truly dreadful. Another curse upon your curse.
Yeah.
I sympathize.
Your sympathy is hollow, my foe.
Perhaps so, but well earned by the acts of your masters.
On that we are agreed.
How did you escape?
I am Houdini!
No! You can't be! I killed Houdini!
A
No.
true magician never reveals their secrets!
Ah, but you are not a true magician.
What? You disrespect the art of blood magics?
Foolish Kevin! I know blood magic is not true magic, and I know more than just this. I have hunted for years with many organizations. I have picked up many disparate pieces of your clan's history in my days, from your thievery of vampirism, your diablerie of Saulot, and to your great Masasa war with the
What are you
ancient
fucking
clan.
babbling about?
Probably doesn't know.
You mean babbling?
Babbling is in what are you fucking babbling about?
Oh yeah, he's not that old.
No idea what you're even saying.
He's fucking 27.
Dude! I am a 27-year-old wizard. I do
But this is your looks, you dumbass.
not know ye old fun facties.
Surely you know.
I know not who or what a Masasa is. The internet is not a right, you know. Wikipedia costs money to see.
It's not something you can read about on the so-called interweb. It's this big fight you had with the wizards or something.
Oh. Oh, yes, I know a little about this. Are you a wizard?
What?
You have to tell me if you're a wizard. It's the rules.
I am. It's about to kick your ass, Pew Beard.
Are you a ghoul?
No.
Perhaps some fairy of some kind.
What?
A fairy?
Are you a race car?
Damn you! You have ruined this perfectly teachable moment about ancient history.
Who cares?
I know you don't. But you understand, Kevin? Do you understand how long I could have talked about something I know stuff about? I'm infuriated!
Your anger is my victory. 1 point for Kevin.
Dare you? I am de-escalating out of spite.
That is also my victory. 2 points for Kevin.
Confound thee,
Kevin wins.
Confound thee!
3.
You're indeed a worthy foe, mighty Kevin.
You're lucky I'm dead or that might have killed me.
Good.
Agreed.
Now tell me how you escaped the pyramid.
Only if you discontinue slapstick violence.
I make no guarantee.
I hate cartoons. Good enough. In truth, I was the progeny of a high-ranking Tremere. The right hand of the Regent of Yarmouth herself. She was a cruel and stupid mistress. Much like you. See? Just like her.
Yes, I see.
The Regent herself was even worse.
Relentless.
For my dreadful sire was a maniacal toady for the Regent's own schemes. So lost in the sauce of her own blood bond, she thinks of little else beyond fanatical devotion to her master.
Sounds rather unhealthy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit! However, though mighty sorcerers, neither my sire nor the Regent could navigate the world of the mundane very well. Thus, they required a neonate to aid their schemes.
Wait.
I was chosen by my sire.
Okay, now I get it.
Interesting.
No.
The anointed tax documentarian. Here in my prison. It seems like you were the heir to quite a political gold mine back in Camarilla territory.
I was heir to more than that. I am blessed with highly potent blood. Blood of the 9th generation. My
That's old.
first sire was of the 8th, and the Regent herself is the 7th.
They're tracing back. What are they called again?
I hold the highest standard of blood.
I think the term is oh jeez. The oldest living individual in the Bible. What's his name again? Methuselah. Yeah. Methuselahs. It's kind of weird that they just decided to like give them a entire denomination by that.
Rivaled only by Shitbeard and his ludicrous 10th generation pizzazz. Alas, poor Piotr, the 12th generation Rube, the buffoon, the tool, less potent than even ape.
Curious. I always took him as the leader's sort.
Tragically, he is the tool. Though he is of weak blood, he has been undead the longest, and thus is the most experienced. This makes him most suited for the position. For now.
It doesn't make him the most powerful.
I sense a conspiracy of ruin.
No, you don't. You heard nothing.
What's going on upstairs?
What was that? Is there someone else down here?
No, you heard nothing. What were you talking about?
Oh, it is downstairs. Okay.
You remember?
Oh, right. Carry on. Ignore the screaming. Ignore the howling.
Tail weaving recommences. I was
God.
the Regent's grandchild and accountant. Yet, when I informed her about the harsh financial realities of the mortal world, I fell swiftly out of favor.
Harsh realities such as...
That you need to pay your employees a living wage. Mind
Yep.
controlling or blood bonding them works only until they've run out of money.
That's why you have union workers protesting right now in Britain.
Find out yours make no sense. Everything must add up or you will be subtracted from the equation.
Taxmen. The unsung heroes of the world of the hunter. How I hate them.
Do you like roads?
Yes.
And you like taxes?
Pay your taxes.
Of course I do. As so long as I'm not paying them, that is.
Oh god.
Stupidity is giving me a rash, Big Dean.
Big Dean! Big Dean is my ex-wife! And you haven't finished your story. You fell out of favor, and then what?
Then my undeath became a living hell. The regent's attention fell upon another, and my sire's attention left with them. She chided me for not being sufficiently slavish or East Anglian enough. Me to either deepen my blood bond or be abandoned.
Wow.
I was
That's
like
harsh.
searching for arcade lore from the shelves of the 99 pet stores. Utterly useless, unwanted among my clanmates.
Well, such backstabs are to be expected in the vampire world.
Spare me the lecture. I am being very vulnerable right now.
But lecture I must! If you were torn from your clan, why not mingle with the others within your sect? Or even those anarch fellows? Why go to the Sabbat of all things?
Fool! I discovered soon after Embrace that I was unwanted among the Camarilla. Few trust the Tremere, for they fear their might and pluck, and thus my fate was sealed. My comrades thought me a pest, and all beyond thought me a bootlick. But I
That sucks.
Them, show them all. I left the clan. I left their society, so that I may, in turn, destroy them. For I am the great and mighty Kevin.
Inspirational! The powers that be didn't show you respect, so you strove to take it from them with your bare hands!
Yes!
Yeah.
You understand?
I do, but still, Kevin, you must forgive me. I can't help but think the Sabbat is a bad fit for you.
But why?
You kidding? I broke free from the pyramid with their help, fool! Few can boast of, and even fewer can boast of and live.
Yes, but you also hold massive ties to your human life. And that's a bit of a no-no when your ideology revolves around,
So you should become an anarch.
your own humanity in a stew of beasthood.
Yes, I sentimentally hold on to my humanity at times. But haven't you seen a cat? Cats are great. Fact is, I broke the pyramid's blood bond through will. Sheer, unflinching will. And the Voldery also, but yes, pure will.
Voldery! Now we've struck gold.
Congratulations, ye old tiny prospector.
I don't know very much about them.
Kevin 4.
Me
I
neither.
know everything about them, in fact, actually.
Yeah? Explain it.
Oh, sure, yeah, it's just E2, E3, E4.
Okay, I will explain it, you pansexual pan-bearer.
I knew you'd see it my way. D5.
Climbing slowly toward your two-digit intellect. Please, no more pan.
Social credit deducted.
Fine. Orrery is one of the Sabbat's foundational rights. It was
Okay.
one of the few ways I could be prematurely liberated from the pyramid. It's a communal blood bond between members of a pack, formed from drops of blood from all members. It creates a mutual bond known as the vinculum, which shatters all former blood bonds.
Intriguing. I suppose that explains why roving bands of Sabbat hooligans actually stand each other's presence from time to time.
Sad but true. Without these bonds of fellowship, I'm pretty sure we would have all murdered each other like 6 times now.
But aren't you just exchanging one blood bond for another? Isn't that just
Perhaps.
slavery?
Yes, but also not even slightly. There is an alteration made through this. We tend to be far more chummy with each other for about a month after it's renewed, much like a library membership. But the effect is far lighter than even the meekest of blood bonds. Attachment
Oh.
is for mortals, after all, except if it's a cat. The hard part isn't...
Oh, because it's also for thinner
The
blood.
hard part was finding the willpower to take it in the first place.
I see.
Because you can't detach yourself from your original blood bond.
Is it a pretty picture?
No, it's a picture of you.
Fuck!
You are ugly.
Okay, seriously, what is that?
Don't ask questions.
Happy in Sabbat.
Groan! Are you going to try and drag me into the metaphorical light?
Asking him like Doctor Strange. Are you happy,
Wake up!
No! I just did.
You have an
Mr.
above-
Wizard?
A cat named Slurple.
Hey, don't yap your mouth about Smurples. I have yet to find him a forever home.
You know, Kev, can I call you Kev?
No.
Kev.
Nah.
Vampires for a very long time. From fledglings to anciliae, even a mighty Methuselah once upon a time.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Our ancients are beyond even the stoutest hunters.
They can come out of
But believe it or
hiding.
not, long ago, my father, my siblings, and myself bested a Methuselah. I believe they were of the clan La Sombra, if I'm not mistaken.
If this is true, you are a far greater hunter than I had reckoned.
It is, and I am.
No! How did you survive its obtenebration?
A story for a later day, perhaps. I'm focusing on you. Let me ask you a serious question. Did you join the Sabbat to experience liberation, freedom, vampiric supremacy? Or did you join because you felt it was your only way out?
What? No.
Dee,
Look at him.
this is what they call you, yes?
It is one of my many talents.
Okay, Dee, you beam with power and charisma, like a premium radiator.
Don't tempt me, seductress.
Listen, sexy fool man. Your mortal form limits you. Why would someone as screaming as you tolerate life as a mere mortal? Join the
That's all that he wanted, more power.
ally.
Why would I serve the first murderer when I can kill him myself?
What do you think you are, Kane to Kane? You gonna find a big enough rock, big boy?
It's a big rock, no?
You're insane.
You aren't the first person to tell me that.
I did not account for what immense hubris I stood in for.
Hubris implies confidence in excess. You will not find me wanting in my conviction.
You... No, you are actually insane. You can't kill Kane. You eat hash browns. You have children. You wear shorts that accentuate your bulbous behind.
Well, that is the greatest feature.
Yes.
You live in Norfolk. You are a mere mortal man. I bet you drink Worcestershire sauce like some kind of freak. Greater champions than you have tried.
Perhaps they have. Yet I will succeed. Though I'd settle for wiping out the third generation at least.
Ah, you are destined for failure. Such a stupid tool. But you are also stupid cool.
Aww.
I just want you to join my funny crusade.
Kevin,
Kevin, you can join them.
you should by all rights be staked for the sun. But honestly, I can't bring myself to kill you. Instead of serving as unwitting mercenaries in the petty war over North Norfolk, why not join my crusade?
Your crusade?
You shall be my companion, bearer of my sigil, and regent of a new paradigm shift, where such frivolities as the masquerade shall no longer be necessary.
So that explains the intermediate screen that was showcased in episode 3 between him and Kevin. Cool.
You shall be free.
They become friends.
Live in your apartment with no fear, and you won't even have to pay any shitty bills.
You. Let me understand this correctly.
Stupid cool.
You're throwing me for a bit of a loop, Dee. You, who by principle hates the Cainite and seeks its destruction, to rid the earth of this disease, as you call it. Who are you to spare me? To break your principles at the merest whim? What gives you the right to rule over this?
Rights? How very glib of you to speak of rights, Cainite. You
Oh,
by force.
I do not live.
Silence!
here comes a monologue.
I've drifted far from your vaunted beastdom, Cainite. You are far more human than you could ever dare admit. What is more liberating? The band of monsters forcing you to erase your humanity? The maniacal sorcerers tossing you aside like a rag doll? Or rejecting both? To face the world down, head to head, and dare it to stop you? The freedom that comes from either worthy death or triumphant victory.
That's not a difficult choice, eh?
Allow me to tell you a parable. A parable about one named Kevin Westworth.
Mate, it's not a parable if you're telling your name. That you're just telling the story. The parable are supposed to be secret. Encoded
Kevin was born
language.
in Ipswich to a middle-class family.
Sorry.
His parents were devout followers of the status quo and primed him with all the tools necessary to lead a pleasant, stagnant, unexceptional life. Kevin became an accountant, about the only field in which he truly excelled. But his dream was always to accomplish something more. So he broke away from his life in the suburbs, moved a bit further north. He decided he will make it big. He will do something with his life. He failed. And so, Kevin got a job as an accountant in Great Yarmouth. But Kevin never gave up. Don't you understand? Kevin may have been trapped in the mire. He may have been an uninspiring person trapped in a dead-end job. His dreams and aspirations might have been dying, but they weren't dead. Not completely. He was going to make his name. He was going to make rent every week. He was going to move up, see the world. He was going to do something, anything, to make people know his name. And then Kevin died. And now you know the rest.
Well, perhaps we are apart, but neither of us know the ending.
Spare me your optimism. It was stolen from me along with my life. You cannot know the feeling of the embrace. To wake one day, your skin cold, your heart still, ravenous, inhuman. But once there was a world, friends, colleagues. Now there is only prey and treachery.
This is surprisingly sentimental.
This story comes to no good end. I cannot follow my dreams. I must scrounge to stay alive or sane. I cannot remain human any longer. My only hope is to embrace a shadow of this dream.
But then you break the mold.
Freedom is on the other side.
You can.
Freedom never comes through surrender.
That's what the Anarch have tried to do.
That's the only chance I have left.
If you truly believe that, there is little that can be done. The sad quirks of circumstance will see you degenerate into a monster and die as one. But if you so choose, there may be a chance to claw your way out from this.
Yeah.
Find a different path for all of you.
So let him go.
Only rise and take it.
Well, I suppose I could tell you a secret. That the Regent would not want hunters to know.
Which is? Come on. Are you going just to be... Oh, come on. That's a tease.
Kevin, put your pussy on, quick!
No!
You have listened to an audio drama by Ogre Popinang, with voice work by Speaker D as Big D and Arendil as Kevin.
It's that ending.
By Eliphas. Soundtrack by Macker. Sound composition by Alpha Busa. Mixing by Stringstorm. Animation by Alpha Busa. With lead writers Speaker D and Alpha Busa. And script editing by Arendil. Special thanks to Blessed for gorging on the feet of the innocent. Portions of the materials are the copyrights and trademarks of Paradox Interactive AB and are used with permission. All rights reserved. For more information, please visit worldofdarkness.com. Visit patreon.com/alphabusa for updates every other week. Thank you for listening, and good evening.
Good evening. And now let us see that last scene. We've called the deranged. I'm not skipping them anymore. I've got the message down.
My friends, it is I, Carl, and I'm going to read you a story. Once upon a time, there were two little children, and they ran into the forest looking for adventure. Now, what they found in the woods was, you could call an adventure. They found a valley of corpses. Now, being the curious little children, they ran down into the whole of the bodies. Oh, the stench and the smell. Oh, it was intoxicating.
Oh, the ecstasy.
Child, one of them, he looked to the side and he saw the corpse of his deceased grandmother, and she stood up and she took him by his throat and said, "You never came by and visited me. You just ignored me and let me die in that pension house, you fuck."
Oh.
The two children, they ran away, but behind them they could still hear Grandma's howling screams. Oh!
Imagine ever no clipping and falling down into a room where you find us, the monster, Carl the deranged. I don't know how I feel about that. It'll be very weird. But guys, this was the second log for, or audio log for Hunter the Parenting. It was very nice. I hope to see Kevin becoming part of the posse. That could be nice. And him putting his pussy on. What the hell, man? That was so weird.